Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the office. Now, I'm good at managing stress and anxiety. I never used to be good at managing anxiety. I am now. However, what I've just experienced is probably the worst level of stress that I've had to deal with in a long time, all thanks to eBay and their stupid system. And I don't even know how to explain like what has just happened, so I'm gonna explain as best I can, because this is like, I've just had a resolution to this issue. Well, what I think is a resolution. I don't know whether it's a resolution yet. They've promised me a resolution, but we're going to find out in a day or two whether that said resolution is actually true, or whether this is the beginning of a absolute nightmare saga on my part. And this could honestly cripple me for the next 2 weeks if the resolution they've given me does not come to fruition, because this is literally going to be an absolute nightmare. So me and my lister have been working really hard on getting our listing numbers up. This is all part of the story, by the way, so strap in. We've been working on getting to 900 listings active on the page, on the eBay account. We got up to about 870, and then a load of stuff sold, and when it sells I remove them. So we got up to we were on 830. So the story basically starts this morning when I wake up and I had a message from the person who does my listings saying I'm trying to list but I'm getting an error, and they sent me a picture of an error on their screen, on their computer. I didn't think much of it. You know, these things happened, you know, eBay bugs and stuff all the time. So I just went back to bed. I read it. It was like 5 a.m. They'd sent it last night, obviously after I went to bed, and I'd seen it in the morning, went back to bed, no problem. When I woke up, I checked my phone. Now on the app, on the iPhone, I don't know how many of you have iPhone, but on your page it will have like active, sold, and then I think it has draft and scheduled. In the sold, it had the amount that I've sold in the last 90 days. That was fine. But in the active and in the draft section, there was just like a double line. Now, sometimes that happens. The app bugs out or whatever. Again, I didn't think much of it. I clicked into it. Listings were showing, whatever. I went onto my page and there was listings there, so I didn't think anything of it. I've come into the office this morning. Johnny was here with his girlfriend. They went home because they finished for the day, and then I logged on to my computer to eBay, and what I saw was a nightmare. I didn't have, hang on, let me just close some of this stuff. I did not have 830 active listings. I had 628. Now, I've had this before where 200 of my items randomly have delisted themselves, and I spoke to eBay and they told me that it was a bug because I had one of my items was still listed from 2 years ago, and for some reason the system after 2 years will delete that item, and sometimes it bugs out. When it does that, it takes like the whole page with it, and a page is 200 listings. But when that happened, it just put the items into the ended folder on eBay so I could just relist them. But obviously I rung up and made sure there wasn't like an issue with my account or anything like that. So I initially thought, oh, that has happened again. So I went to go have a look in my ended section and there's nothing in there. I went to there's another section which, like, because on my eBay I have a thing where I have to manually delete all my sold items just in case I want to relist them or something. They stay on there but they go to 0 and they go into like a special tab once they've sold, and then I have to clear them out. In that tab there was 328 listings. Those were all my solds basically for the last I don't even know, a month or 2 months or something. However, the last time is that I cleared that out. So I went in there, I was like, oh, here they are, that's easy. And then I realised those are actually sold items. Those are not the ones that had disappeared. So basically, all the time I've been trying to work out what is going on, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to talk to eBay. So obviously I went to the help and contact, and I'm going through, and it's like, oh, we're having maintenance right now, so there's no help available. I was like, okay, maintenance, that explains it, right? I asked on my Discord, I said, look, I'm having this problem, is anyone else experiencing this? And no one really had experienced it, so I was getting worried. I was like, this is obviously not something that is happening with everyone. So all the time that I'm like refreshing my page, my number is going down. It's going down, like 630, 628, 625, and then it would go back up, 626. I'm like, what is going on? And then eventually I did manage to contact someone on eBay, not through the phone, but through the chat. The first person was an absolute nightmare. They had no idea what they... Well, actually, the first person passed me on to a specialist who then had no idea what they were talking about. They kept telling me that the sold items in that list I explained a minute ago were the missing items. I said, no, those are sold items that I've sold a while ago. That is nothing to do with this. And I'm like proper stressed at this point. I'm like, you're not listening to me. Like, these are not the items that have gone missing. The ones that have gone missing are not in that folder. They're nowhere to be seen. They're not in my solds. Obviously, they've not sold. They're not in my ended because I've not ended them. They've literally just disappeared off the face of the planet. Now I do have the logs, so I will insert like little bits of the log if I can to show you like what they were saying. I don't want to just show all of it because there's no need. So after about half an hour of dealing with this person that was not listening to me, I was like, so I just want to know if there's a problem on eBay's end or what's going on. She was like, oh, I need to pass you on to a specialist. So I was like, oh, wait, aren't you the specialist? Like, I got passed on to you because they told me that I needed a specialist. And then, this is the bit that really stressed me out the most. She said, the account is restricted. So I need to pass you on to a specialist so we can figure out what's going on. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, my account has been restricted. Like, why is my account restricted? What have I done? Like, why have my items been deleted? At this point in my brain, it's gone from, oh, maybe this is just a bug or something, and they're going to come back to, oh my God, my account is now in jeopardy. I'm like checking my emails. I'm checking on eBay messages to make sure that there's none from eBay that I've missed about like your account being in trouble or whatever. So she literally just leaves me. She passes me on to someone else. At this point, I had the thought in my brain, I've actually got a event running right now, and all my items should now be in that sale event. So I went to the sale event to have a look, and it said 830 items. So I was like, oh yes, thank God. But then when I clicked into the event, it said 630. So I will show you this. Again, my screen will be a bit yellow tinted because I have a special thing on it for my eyes. So yeah, items found 630, and then there's this bit at the top that says some of your IDs were not found, see item ID. So these are all IDs for items that obviously were in the sale, but they're now no longer in the sale. And this is only 74 items. There's about 200 that are missing, so obviously that's not all of them. So something is going on at this point, and I'm confused about what it is. They have actually done some weird update this morning as well to the website. They've changed like the listing tab here and inventory. Like when you go to it, there's like nothing there. Like there's literally nothing here. Like this is all changed. But when I go to my active tab here, see now it's 626. This has been fluctuating all the time. So this will like randomly go back up to 630. Yeah, so at this point I'm like completely losing my mind. I'm like, my account is restricted. My items are still dropping off like as I'm talking to this person. Like, what is going on? So the next person I spoke to that came into the chat was pretty much the same as the last one, but was actually trying to help. They weren't just telling me that they were in that tab, which they weren't. They were actually doing a little bit of investigation work. So they was, oh, 2 minutes, we need 2 minutes, blah, 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 like they do to figure something out. Okay, no worries, 2 minutes while I'm walking, pacing around the office, like nearly having a heart attack. Well, the thing is, I don't mind losing my listings. It's just the work that it would take to find in here what has been deleted, and then rephotoing, and then obviously paying to get them relisted and stuff. Like, numbers were just flying through my brain. Like, how much is this going to cost me if I actually have to redo 200 listings? It doesn't sound that bad, but it is pretty bad. And the number keeps dropping. If I refresh this might change. Like, I've not sold anything, but it's static at the moment at 626. So the woman comes back, and eventually she basically tells me that there's an issue on eBay. Oh, okay. So when I first spoke to someone, I basically gave them the two options. I said, is something wrong with my account, or is this a known issue? Like, just tell me straight. Like, if this is a known issue, just tell me, and I'll stop panicking. But they didn't. So it took about an hour of talking to get to the resolution of there seems to be a problem on our end. She said 72 hours it's going to take for my items to show back up. So they've actually just emailed me the transcript here. Oh god, I have to save it and all that nonsense. Okay. So I want to read out what she said. Right down the bottom. She said, I have reviewed the account and allow me to explain to you that there is a technical glitch that has happened on our, I suppose she was meant to say our end, and due to which members are facing this issue exactly. And I said, so is it going to be fixed and my account is okay, question mark. And then she said, however, I would like to assure you that our technical team is working on this issue and it would be fixed by eBay, and the items will be either active on your sold or would be visible in your unsold section. This issue might take 72 hours to get resolved. At this point I was worried. I was like, I just want to make sure, like, I'm not meant to be able to see these listings in the unsold section right now. So I did ask, and she said, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see them right now. That is the problem. And then I said, my active number of listings is still going down. And she said, yes, that is absolutely correct. You do not need to panic or worry about it at all. I was like, what do you mean? I've like 200 of my listings have just yeeted themselves off the face of eBay for no reason. Of course I'm worried. And then she said, I would kindly request for your understanding and patience in this situation today. Thank you for contacting eBay. Right, so we have a resolution, 72 hours. So that means, God knows whether that includes the weekend. It's Friday today, so that could be by Monday it's fixed, or it could be by Wednesday, depending on what they're including in the 72 hours. But right now I can chill out, I can breathe, and hopefully my listings just suddenly reappear, because I've had it before where I've woken up in the morning and all my listings are gone. But when all your listings are gone, it's kind of less scary. That sounds weird, but when all your listings disappear, it's obvious if you don't have an email from eBay saying you've been banned or something, that something is wrong and they're going to come back. But when 630 odd of your items are still there active, your brain just can't comprehend why 200 randomly would be disappeared. Like, would they not all disappear, or none of them disappear? Like, why 200? It's too, like, hard to explain to yourself. Like, you know, and your brain starts talking to yourself about, like, oh, something's gone wrong here, you're in trouble. There's no, like, reasonable explanation to myself to calm myself down at that point, because I'm just thinking, like, something's happened here and it's not going to self-correct itself. Hopefully it will, because otherwise, yeah, I'm going to have to go through every single item, because there's no list that I can check off to see which ones have been deleted. If it turns out that this isn't just a glitch, and they are actually gone, all my photos are gone for them, all of the titles and the descriptions are gone, I'm going to have to go through all of these tubs, the entire top shelf. I'm gonna have to go through all of my vacuums. I'm gonna have to go through all of the shoes, everything on these shelves, the entire rail, and I'm gonna have to work out firstly which items are listed and which ones are not, pull the ones that are not, and then I'm gonna have to photo them again. I'm gonna have to list them again, have to do titles and descriptions again, work out the prices again. It's gonna be a nightmare, so I'm gonna hang tight. Hopefully there will be a video on Monday saying everything is okay, but as of right now, eBay's killing me softly. I'm hoping I'm just going to refresh this in a minute. It's going to say 830, like that's what I'm waiting for, but so far that's not happened. I'm still on 626. It seems to have stopped at that number, so hopefully whatever has happened, they've caught onto it and it's going to be fixed. I think something's happened last night where they've updated their website, because all of these like little arrows here, these weren't here yesterday. These are like a new thing, so it's hard to tell. Maybe they did an update to the website and they messed something up. I think that's probably what it is. But yeah, spooky stuff, and it freaked me out for a little while. And to be honest, it could still be a problem, like I said. But yeah, it's 3 p.m. right now. I've got these parcels to go take down. I'm going to probably get this video uploaded. I don't really need to edit this, so I could probably get this out today, Friday, for 5 o'clock, just so it's out there, because I filmed it now. It's not very interesting, but hopefully if someone else is experiencing this issue right now that's watching this video, you don't have to sit through the nonsense of the eBay customer help. I was going to get them to call me back, but the queue was like 6 minutes, and honestly I couldn't be bothered of waiting. But it probably would have been easier to get someone on the phone and talk it through like that. But yeah, I guess what I'm going to do is download this footage, upload it, go take my parcels, and just go home and chill out. Saturday CARBOOT tomorrow, sorry, so I want to get ready for that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I know this was a bit of a random video thrown up on a Friday. Personal drama, I guess. Drama against eBay. None of this reseller drama that's going on right now. I don't even know what's going on. I'd stay out of it, but right, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced this today. Hopefully it gets fixed for anyone that this has happened to, because this is a nightmare and it sucks when stuff like this happen. You just start thinking of the worst thing possible. But the good news is my account is not restricted. She did tell me that, and hopefully all my listings will come back naturally. And if not, I've got a lot of work next week to get on with. So yeah. Right, see you later guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.